Johnny Walker?
Johnny Walker Blue.
Johnny Walker Blue. I'm going to be able to make it home, right?
Barely.
Oh, shit. That'll work. Hey, man, this is a nice I will say this is a nice spot, brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
I'm happy for you.
I appreciate that.
Dave?
Hey, straight up. It's
How you feeling, brother?
Hey, you know me. I'm just getting the level straight and everything.
We got Dave on the board.
Trying to make sure.
If this shit got auto-tune and a beat, by the time the episode drops, y'all know why.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure we're not, like, clipping.
This is the Life is Dope podcast. I'm Graffiti.
And I'm Davey.
Hey, man, we got a special guest in the building, or should we say we're in his building today?
Straight up. I feel like everyone's been waiting on this episode.
I was about to say, this episode's been a long time in the making, man.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah. And we catch a lot of flack from the people that we've been interviewing, like, why y'all ain't have us on earlier? But now, like, we popping and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And we on Spotify and shit. Mm-hmm. So now, like, a lot of people hear it.
Yeah.
So it's better to be on later.
Now, hey, I've waited.
You've waited. But check it out, man. Y'all recognize his voice, his face, and if you don't, we're going to let him tell you why you should. Y'all make some noise for my man, Kain.
Hey.
Thank you.
I'm going to take the board away from Dave. This nigga going to be engineer mode.
The whole episode. Hey, but it's going to sound lovely.
What's going on, Kevin?
You know, just working, man. Just trying to elevate the culture of urban nightlife as much as possible. In other cities, urban and hip-hop nightlife is the nightlife in other major cities, and we are a major city, and there's no reason why a club playing hip-hop every single night that they're open can't compete with the Betas, the Temples, and everybody else. So,
we naming names.
I don't hold no punches, man. They don't hold no punches against me. What the fuck I'm gonna hold a punch for?
What we doing? Hold up.
But mind you, that's not a punch.
Yeah.
I'm mentioning Beta, which is owned by a good friend of mine, Brad. As a incredible nightclub, one of the best nightclubs in the country, voted #1 nightclub in the country on several occasions. Same thing with the church. But these clubs play electronic music and cater to a different audience. We cater to everyone. If you love hip hop, despite what people may think about the culture and what happens at hip hop clubs, we're going to bang it the fuck out. We're going to do our very best, and we're going to make this just as mainstream as those other clubs.
Facts.
And let's keep it 100.
Hold up, let's reel it back before we drill all the way in. For the people who don't know who you are and what you do, go ahead and let them know.
I've been working in nightlife and hip-hop events for 23 years, mostly as a promoter for nightclubs, as well as concerts.
Okay.
But more recently, I have found my way to become the janitor at Dorchester Social.
The janitor?
Yeah, the janitor, man.
Okay.
That's my job title. That's what I do. I'm the janitor, the light man, the bartender, the cleaning crew, the promoter, the operator, the fucking
nigga that got to take the shirts off the lights.
Yeah, everything, man, everything.
Yeah, we walked in here and we saw like there was someone's shirt hanging off of like one of the lights.
Yeah, somebody had a really good time last night.
Petey Pablo still does it, man.
It's interesting.
Like so listen, if you're hearing this, bruh, man, come get your shirt.
Yeah, we got it. We got the shirt still.
The shirt is here.
We got the shirt.
But check it out, man. This guy right here, Kev, I feel like if you've ever partied in Denver, you've been to a Kevin Kain or a 3D event.
Oh, that's facts.
No matter how old you are, because these niggas is old.
Yeah, we're not young. Nigga. We're not young.
So you, your mama, your mama's sister and them, everybody done been to a 3D event. What keeps you in the game? Because it's been long as shit.
You know, I tried to retire at 30. I tried to retire at 35. I swore I wouldn't go past 40. All that shit is fucked in the game. Like that whole idea is out the door. At this point, it's about. Let me say it like this. So I have this like ever going thought, right? And it's, you know, what can anybody do to actually change something seriously for the masses? How can you really affect some kind of change, some kind of anything in somebody's life? By the masses. How can you do that, right? So I start to think about all the positives from going out to parties and going out to nightclubs. People get lifelong friendships. They find their wives and husbands. They babies' moms. Greatest thing you can do is have a child. So there are several, not even several. That's cutting it short. There are thousands upon thousands of long-lasting relationships and friendships that have been created at parties and at events and at memorable things. So that part of it makes me feel good, for real. Like, it genuinely makes me feel good. On the flip side of that, there's also an elevation of the culture and changing the narrative. People like to spit this shit into the universe about hip-hop clubs being this and being that. Meanwhile, when a gay club gets shot up in Florida, nobody is blaming the LGBT community.
Right.
When fucking Waffle House gets shot up, or a mall gets shot up, nobody's pointing a finger at it. But there's a difference in some of these people's minds and in some of our own people's minds.
And we still can't get white people to take responsibility for any of these shootings.
No, but you know what though? They don't have to. They don't have to.
Okay.
And you know why that's okay? Because that's what they're gonna do any fucking way.
Right.
That they're not gonna take. It's never gonna happen. And I think that they want hip hop promoters, hip hop clubs to take responsibility for the actions of assholes. And I'm not doing it. I'm not going to sit here and help that narrative, help those optics become more real than they actually are. It's interesting that people will say such negative things about hip-hop clubs nationwide.
Right.
And meanwhile, they can't wait to get in one.
So that's what I was about to say. I feel like before it's the music, it's hip-hop, hip-hop. But, I mean, now hip-hop is worldwide.
It's everywhere.
Every club is
It's
going to play hip-hop, even
everywhere.
if it's not a hip-hop night. So it's deeper than just it being hip hop. I think hip hop is code word for niggas.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's
it's
exactly
the people
what it is.
promoting the hip hop.
That's exactly what it is.
Right.
That's if something happens at an EDM party, some two girls overdose on bad Molly. I guarantee you, nobody's going to say something bad about that promoter. They probably won't even know who he is.
And there's so much low key, there's so much like drug subculture that's in the EDM culture that no one talks about
At all. It's almost like it doesn't even exist. It doesn't happen.
And it's like, what do you think people are on when
It's
they go to
so natural that's
when they go to
a big deal.
when they go to raves?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, man. So when they say we don't want hip hop, that means niggas.
Niggas. It means niggas. That's what it means. That's what it means. It's not about me. I'm a fucking sweetheart. I'm a nice guy. I don't perpetuate any fucking violence. I am all positivity as much as possible, unless I am personally attacked or my family is attacked or my investment, my whatever. That stuff to the side. I am a nice fucking guy.
Right.
But leave it to the optics. I'm some bringer of the heathens, and the crazy thing is, y'all been to my parties. Y'all know that I'm the biggest proponent of a dress code, safety, blah 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 blah. But none of that matters. What the reality is never really comes into play because people like to tell a good story. The story is better when you can point a finger at somebody and say he did it and here's why.
And do you think that finger gets pointed at you because of your position? And what I mean is, the odds for something to happen at a party are higher if it's a bigger party.
Sure.
And Kevin Kain does the bigger parties.
I have, as of today, I can tell you the exact number right here.
Nope.
As of today, I have thrown and put on 4,167 events.
Goddamn.
I got people, those are successful. That doesn't even count the ones that failed. So if I have people drinking at 4,167 events, shit's going to happen a couple of times. A couple. And that's what it's been. It's been a couple. No one can name a club that's been shut down on my watch. But that's the story. That's the narrative. You understand? But it doesn't exist.
Right.
There's not a single nightclub in the city of Denver or the state of Colorado that has been shut down because I threw a party there or after I threw a party there. Not one. Meanwhile, everyone has heard that. He gets clubs shut down. No, I don't. Stop making up shit.
Right.
No, I don't. And neither does anybody else. Neither does... Cold Crush wasn't closed because of some incident that happened there. Cold Crush was closed because the lease wasn't re-signed. That's it.
They wanted it closed, and they used.
That's right. They tried and
used
they
it.
failed.
They used an incident as
The narrative.
That's right.
Yeah.
And they pushed it and pushed it and pushed it. But what did Brian do? He beat that shit because you can. It is very hard to shut down a nightclub, bro.
Right.
It's almost impossible to do without certain things happening inside the property. So this idea that hip hop nightclubs get shut down by the city on a regular basis is not only false, it is totally false because it has never fucking happened. How about that?
So it's always something
more
on the
you
back
know.
end that leads to the club about to close anyway. But it's like, hey, let's key in on this situation or
That's right.
this promoter and say this is why the club closed.
I mean, think about how being a promoter started a long time ago. We would go to bars, restaurants, suffering nightclubs, and come in and bring an audience. And next thing you know, they'd have some money. But that money that's coming in is just paying the surface bills, just covering the cost. Nobody's making the ownership. They're not making money beyond that. They're just able to cover their bills. So when that lease is up, they want to be done. Or when the party starts to wind down, it's been 3 years,
Right.
people find a new place to go to, the party starts to wind down. And the club starts to go back to losing money. That is why they close. These clubs do not close because the city shuts them down. That is a total false statement.
It's not enough. Honestly, it's not enough violence that happens at these clubs
No.
for the cities to shut it down.
No, it's not. Not even close. Not even close.
So Kevin Kain is not getting clubs shut down.
Never. Never have, not one.
Kevin Kain ain't shooting niggas clubs up.
Never have, not once.
I'm just trying to get all the shit clear, man.
Yeah. I play fair and I play aggressive. And if you don't like it, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. But you should do the same.
Right.
You should play fair and you should play aggressive. This is not a gimme kind of thing.
You said something right there. I like that. Play fair, but play aggressive.
Yeah, because it elevates the culture for everybody. When I booked the game for the day before Thanksgiving, some people from other clubs and other parties were mad at me as if I was supposed to not do something and let them have a night. But I don't subscribe to that. I think that everyone should go hard to the paint as often as possible because then we have 3 major fucking events on a night where 4 years ago there was none.
Right.
3 major with artists, with hosts. That makes this whole culture, and then no violence on that night with those 3, and everybody made money. Everybody boomed out. But meanwhile, prior to that, everybody was like, well, why are they doing this? Why are you doing this? Da-da-da, doing all this shit talking. And I stayed silent. I was quiet. I didn't say much. And then afterwards, I wanted to say something, so I hinted at some shit, but I still got back around to what was most important.
Right.
Everybody won. We had 3 big celebrities in the city on the same night. Everybody won.
Ooh, so it was nightlife beef going on.
I don't.
Hold up, before we dig into that, I want to touch on that part that you just said because that's important. And it was funny because everybody kept tagging "Life is Dope" and all the promoter shit.
Yeah. I know. I was like, what?
Yeah. Meanwhile, nigga, I'm at home like making macaroni and shit. But it's important to note that like we can have options.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? And we need options. That was kind of the beef before. Like, oh,
That's
well,
right.
shit. Only Saturday popping is over here, so I guess that's where we at tonight.
Right.
So when there's 3 popping spots, it shouldn't be. I get competition. I get that, but it shouldn't be to the point where it's like, don't fuck with them. Come fuck with us.
Right.
Because for one, a venue can only hold so many people.
True.
And there's people love hip hop. You know what I mean? So like me having that option, like, all right, it's popping over here. Oh shit, maybe I can go over there. Or I'll stop here and then go hop over there. I think that's dope.
It is.
So yeah, moving from that, not everybody's gonna think that's dope when you're on the reverse again.
No, they don't. They're not. And I don't mind that. I don't mind people not being happy with looking at a potential loss. I am not happy when I'm looking at a potential loss. That's a very normal feeling to have. But at the end of the day, if you really give a fuck, if you really care about the culture and you're not just trying to bag up on a night, just if your goal is to put some money in your pocket, you in the wrong business any motherfucking way. This nightclub shit there's no loyalty to these. This crowd is not going to be in anybody's pocket. That's my audience. Nobody owns the consumer. Right. The consumer makes a decision. They choose. They decide what they want to go out to. They decide what they want to support, and it's based on a number of different things, like how consistent you are, what kind of events you bring, how much drama comes to your events, the venue you throw your events at, if you are reliable with the shit you say in your promotion, if it's bullshit or not. Those are the things.
Shit, the music, the DJs.
Yeah, the DJs. There's so many parts and pieces to this puzzle. When you put it together right, you'll see it.
Right.
When you don't, you won't. I'm telling you, a lot of people do not put it together right. They just don't. And that's why I commend the guys that are still promoting, because now it's anybody can be a promoter, just like anybody can be a rapper, and anybody can make beats, and anybody can do this, because you have so much access to everyone.
Yes.
You have so much access to everyone. But I come from me, Francois, and Alvin, specifically, the guys that kind of showed me the way a little bit, Mixmaster Mike and some guys. These guys, we started with backpacks in the street, real work, not just send, post. It was more than that.
Right.
It was actual effort, hustling for real, on the street, with backpacks, talking to everybody, handing out flyers every single night, in the cold, in the snow. So social media comes around, and it's almost like, well, shit, man, this shit easy, bro. This ain't shit. No. That is a crutch.
Right.
Social media is a crutch, bro. It makes everybody feel like they can do it, and then when they look up and they're like, "Damn, man, I got 4,000 friends on Facebook, but there's only 6 people here." It's not so easy.
Right.
Where's the work?
You've touched on something.
Where's the real effort? Where's the real work? The whole game is kind of fucked up now. You got. I remember I went out to Vegas 2005, right after All-Star Weekend, and they kind of started this thing with these promoters in Vegas, right, where they would have these flyers and they smack them on their hands and shit on the sidewalk, and then try to get your attention by smacking them on their hands, hands you a flyer, right, for the strip club, for the nightclub, whatever, and that was a promoter. They get paid pennies.
Right.
That is not a promoter.
Yeah.
But that Vegas shit has seeped into Denver and other cities. Now you got nightclub ambassadors where, hey, man, you help us push this party tonight. I got a bottle for you. Man, what the fuck?
Right.
What is that? I don't know anything about that. A bottle.
Yeah.
How about you just give me a drink tab and some bread? Right. Fuck the tab. How about I spend your money that you pay me on my tab?
Yeah.
Like it's almost becoming not a business anymore. How many you and I know I'm talking a lot, but you can
you're supposed to.
I've been waiting to have this conversation.
Yeah, that's why you the guest. Nigga threw his shit.
Think about it
in
like
your
this.
bag, Kevin.
Think about it like this. If you're listening, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin just took his glasses off.
Yeah. He's in a whole different bag now. Go ahead.
Think about this for a second. When you actually, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save it.
No, get to it.
No, I'm gonna save it. I'm rambling. Y'all got questions.
You gonna save it to the end?
No, I'm just save it to.
I mean, honest, we ain't got no questions, bro. We just talking.
Hey,
so
I have questions.
Dave got notes and shit.
So we'll turn it to.
It's gonna be rough.
So we'll turn it to happier.
Remember, put a timestamp there. We're gonna go back to that shit.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to it. So where does Kain come from in the Kevin Kain?
So
I know we're taking it way back. And at what point did you decide?
Because the niggas sell dope.
But it's not even.
What? All right, no. Listen, let's
try to clear all the rumors.
Let's not help them. Okay.
I want to hear you say no.
Nah, it's not because of that. So my undergrad degree was in psychology and marketing. Undergrad degrees, pardon me. Dual degree.
Oh, okay. Light flex.
Put an S on there. Yeah.
I wrote a thesis in grad school too, and this was part of that. But anyway, the long and short of it is, hard K's are very memorable. Their hard K sounds are very easy to remember. So think about designers. If I say Calvin, everyone's going to say Klein. It's because of hard K's. If I say Clark, everybody's going to say Kent.
Oh, so this shit has a meaning.
Yeah, this is actual effort. What I was talking about, effort, energy, like really thinking about it instead of just saying Hustle Gang Entertainment presents. That's not a memorable thing, but Kevin Kain, Clark Kent, Bruce Banner, anybody you can think of. Like, think about superheroes. Most of them have hard consonant first and last names.
Right.
So you can
Peter
remember
Parker.
them. Come on.
God damn, you just put me on game.
So that is a marketing strategy
Yeah.
that I learned in college, and I applied it to my own business. It's also affiliated with an organization that I'm involved in. It's also affiliated with something that my mother said to me when I was young. But those are personal, and I keep them close to the chest. But nevertheless, Kevin Kain is just an easy thing to remember. That's why everybody points the fucking finger at me.
Right. Now,
So it's like a gift and a curse.
Is there a difference between Kevin Kain and Kevin real name?
Very big difference. Kevin Kain is a piece of shit. He's no, I'm playing. No,
No, we're gonna clip that one part.
Kevin Henderson is really about his family and his kids and living a good life and being responsible for his actions and very decent human being. And Kevin Kain is a little reckless party hound who talks a lot of shit and. You know, one is outside of the home and the other one is in the home.
Was there ever a point in your life where you felt like you were more Kevin Kain than Kevin Henderson?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Did Kevin Henderson get trapped in Kevin Kain?
Yes, all the time.
You want to talk about it?
Fuck. I lost my first wife because of Kevin Kain.
Oh, wow.
Actually, that's more her fault. Fuck her. That was Straight up. It really was. Like I want to have some responsibility for it, but it's only minor. My responsibility was only minor.
Yeah.
I think Kevin Kain is the guy that people want to go party with. Nobody wants to party with Kevin Henderson. He's boring.
Yeah, that doesn't roll off the tongue as well.
No.
Hey, we're going to Kevin Henderson's
That definitely
club.
sounds like an accountant.
I can't believe I just said my real last name out loud.
That's why I said Kevin
And it's
real
fuck-
name, and then you just said the shit.
You know
so.
what? That's all right. We'll just
that Johnny Walker?
Let's just keep it going. Fuck it.
This Johnny Walker is actually really good.
We breaking all the exclusives on Life is Dope. Also, shout out to Mez Brands,
Yeah, man, shouts to
Yeah, straight up.
one of our sponsors of Life
No
is Dope.
seeds, no stems.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so check out Mez Brands at mezbrands.com.
Hey.
Otherwise, if you are 21 years age of older and up and live in Colorado, you can check out Mez Brands at your local dispensary.
That's right.
Back to the show.
Right, back to the show.
Can we pause for 2 seconds?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, I gotta get this girl.
Oh, it's all good. Well, I mean, we can keep talking. But anyway, that does remind me, Graffiti, of when we were having that conversation about.
Is this a commercial section, or are we still talking?
No, we're still
right,
talking.
yeah, all right.
This does remind me about when we were having that conversation about how words with how the slurs with the double G's are the favorite
I'm
ones
trying
to
to
use.
tell you, like he just brought that back.
I'm thinking like, so if you ever want to just create your own slur, just put 2 G's in it, and it's gonna pop.
Yo, and now that we're talking about it, I remember Designer said something the same thing as what Kev just said about why his rhymes stick in people's head, and it was that same thing, just those hard letters, and that's pretty deep, man. Now I'm about to do a little bit more research.
Designer said that?
Designer said that. Charlamagne asked him.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait,
he said it on Breakfast Club.
So what's stuck in our head from Designer? Was it Panda? Just Panda.
Right. I got bras in Atlanta. Like the way his vocal inflection on the end of every word, he explained it on Breakfast Club, and it made perfect sense.
Right.
But you just didn't expect to hear that from Designer. So that shit's deep, man.
Man, let's see what else is going on in the world.
I have to add another G to my shit.
Graffiti.
Graffiti the Great. No? Graffiti, some with a G.
I feel like that's why, like, Damn Daniel popped off.
Damn, Daniel.
Damn Daniel.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You learn something new every day.
Dangerous.
What else is going on in the world, man?
Dangerous Davy.
No. Relax. See, Do-Rag Dave, yeah.
Yo, Do-Rag Davy.
That stuck with everybody. Kev's back. You put us on something, man.
It sucks that I like grew all this hair out, so now I can't even wear do-rags without it looking like Megamind. Speaking of do-rags, be sure to come to our
that was a great segue.
106 and Party, a tribute to the 2000s. That will be Friday, December 28th.
I got my fit ready, man.
At Affiliates. Yo.
Oh, shit, that is a crazy ringtone. Don't say nothing incriminating.
Yo, hello?
Oh.
Hello?
Oh.
That nigga heard us promoting the event and got a fake phone call real quick. See?
Hey,
Kevin Kain, man.
Hey, call me in 5 minutes.
Kevin Kain, man.
This just happened at the wrong time. We here 3:15.
Let's see. What else?
Y'all see how the game goes?
Are you here?
Yeah, we can get into our.
All right, here I come.
We'll get into our.
Keep the cameras rolling, man. It's like
I know we'll get into our political social activist bag in a little bit, man. You see, man, Kevin Kain is a busy dude. Like his phone has not stopped.
Actual behind the scenes goes.
His phone has not stopped going off since.
Yeah. Well, while he gone, let's get in the music bag real quick.
Oh yes. Let's just get into it. Meek Mill.
No.
Fuck all that. No, we're not doing all that building up to it.
Ain't no building up. Hov is the GOAT.
Yes.
We just gonna get to wherever this is gonna lead. It's gonna lead to Hov being the GOAT.
Listen, we listen, audience. We know that you guys have heard all 180 different reviews of the verse, but here's our take on it.
Hov is the GOAT.
He's the GOAT. It is an amazing verse. It's not just the best verse of the year. It is the verse is a movement.
Bro, I get frustrated because I don't think people really understand what that man was saying on that verse.
They don't understand. Like,
bruh.
No, let me pull up the lyrics.
Yeah, man.
I got to pull up the lyrics real quick.
Kane's back.
We'll keep talking.
Okay, that was terrible, man. That's so.
No, man.
I apologize.
No, this
That
is
shows people what you got to do.
And your
don't it?
listeners.
yeah. This is real life. This is what.
My apologies.
It's all good.
This
We
is-
talking about Jay-Z's verse on What's Free on Meek's album, Jared.
No, not yet. What'd he say? No, don't tell me.
We can't even just say what he said. That
I listen, man. Just thinking about like transitioning and leveling up. I can't name anybody in hip hop that's done it better than Jay.
shit. He literally gave the blueprint. But
Jesus
once you
Christ.
hear this verse, though,
All right.
we were just talking about. I'm annoyed because everybody's calling it the verse of the year, which it is.
It is.
But I don't think they understand why.
They don't.
Especially non-black people.
Yeah.
Why is the verse of the year?
I don't even think I can do it justice just reading it. But he said, "In the land of the free,
No, you can't do it justice. You're not Hov.
where blacks enslaved 3/5 of a man, I believe the phrase. I'm 50% of do say. First of
No,
all,
nigga, don't
first of
read
all,
the lyrics because
I'm
you're
just-
not Hov. You're
what-
not
what
going to
I'm-
do it justice.
Listen, what I'm saying is that he starts it off by talking about being
Slavery.
3/5 of a man,
The song is called What's Free.
but then goes on to say, I'm 50% of do say.
Yeah.
I'm 100% of Ace of Spades.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm half of Rock Nation.
Yeah.
I'm 100% of Title.
Yeah.
You're saying it don't matter if I'm 3/5. If I was 3/5 of a man, because
Right.
look at these other percentages
Yeah.
that
Niggas-
matter.
He said, I don't got $1 billion streams. I got $1 billion.
Let's like, man,
Listen, man.
he's talking.
Jay-Z brags different. But
does.
the whole little pocket he got in about slavery and us
Spazzing.
ingesting the shit that they discarded, talking about pork, talking about niggas eating chitlins.
I still get mad
Bro,
when my
Hov
family
got
cooks
in
chitlins.
his bag. And it was beyond just like, this is a good Jay-Z verse.
Wow.
This is like, I hope y'all niggas is listening to what I'm telling you right now. And y'all are applying this to your life. Just like how he on 444, he dropped the, the credit lines and all that. And that kind of went over.
Right.
But
Man,
in this verse,
he
bruh,
told y'all in 444. He told y'all in 444.
man.
He did.
But in this one verse, he broke down slavery. He broke down gentrification.
Like y'all aren't
He
listening.
broke down ownership. He said, fuck Billboard. Like, we praised Billboard when we was young. We look at that shit now like, is you dumb? Like,
Man, the line,
bro.
the line that fucked me up was he said, let me find it real quick.
You talking about the hairpiece?
Yeah, he said, look at my hair free, carefree, niggas ain't near free. Enjoy your chains. What's your employer's name with the hairpiece?
Bruh.
Like that shit was like a quadruple and
Get your little chains,
The
rappers.
dude is beyond intelligent,
Bro.
and he was a smart guy back in the 90s. Don't get me wrong, like you could tell in his lyrics, right? But understanding the human condition and understanding the world we live in is not something that's easily attained. It's
Right.
hard to really grasp how other people view you. People look in the mirror every day and they see something, right?
Right.
And I explain this to my kids all the time. The people you work with know what you look like better than you do.
That's a fact.
They see you more often than you see yourself. Because you only see yourself for brief moments. When you're in the bathroom, brushing your teeth, combing your hair, whatever it is you do.
Right.
That's when you see yourself, like physically, right?
Right.
So then you step outside of that and you see somebody every day. You can tell them what they smell like. How many people that have no idea, like they've gone nose blind to their own fragrance and shit, right?
Right.
Okay, but it's the same thing with the visuals. Like you can tell them more, especially if there's a constant communication and some kind of desire to look at somebody for real, right? If you're looking at them, if you see them, being able to understand how people think of you is something very hard to attain. Jay has mastered it and turned it into fucking money.
Right. And that's the thing. That's why, and y'all could say we jocking, whatever. That's why I fuck with Jay so hard, because he's applied everything he said in his music. And we've literally watched him do these things. So when he tells me, y'all shouldn't sign record deals no more, we in a new age, fuck your masters owning your masters, and you see why it's working for him, why would you not listen? And I think that's the stuff that's going to go over most people's head when they just listen and that's just a verse.
That's
like,
right.
Yeah, that shit was hot. Or if you a younger dude and you're like, ah, man, I don't know, Jay, that's old.
Like he's trying.
He's literally giving you the game right now.
You know what's crazy though? We used to be those guys.
Yeah, that's
you know,
a fact.
we used to be those. Oh, I gotta come. Oh, sorry, everybody. We used to be those guys, and we used to be those guys talking about the old niggas, right?
Yeah.
Now we're the old niggas, and we're like, damn, we should have never said that shit, because them old niggas, they figure something out. Life teaches you things. You learn shit, man. If I woke up tomorrow with the mentality I had in my 20s, I'd be fucking worthless.
Man.
So all you young niggas that like to, point fingers at the old nigga, let me tell you right now, I know so much more than you. It like makes my dick hard. Like it fucking drives me crazy. I'm telling you right. Pause.
Yeah,
It drives it. Like I think about it all the time, and I watch some young guys move in business and some of the decisions they make, and it's almost like, oh my God, I'm so happy I don't make those mistakes anymore.
Man, cheers to that.
Hell yeah, you like that shit, huh?
That's real. Last thing I'm gonna say about the whole verse before we get back to the life of Kevin Kain.
But Nair free?
Yeah, that shit
like
hard.
The
double entendres Ho be dropping, like, that's why I can't stop listening, because I keep catching new shit.
He's got to be writing some of this shit down now.
Bro,
he has to. It's just some of it's just too good.
It's fucking brilliant.
His brain is like different. It's a different type of brain. If he said on God, it's off the. I'm freestyle.
Yeah, you gotta go listen, bro.
I'm
a few
listening.
times. But what I'm gonna say though is y'all niggas gotta stop saying that was a Kanye diss. He clearly did not diss Kanye, and then he cleared it up on Twitter saying that he was basically saying, "Don't put me against my brother."
Right.
So what he said, what he say? No red hat. Don't try to Michael and Prince me and Ye. Like anybody that knows the history of Michael and Prince, they both kept saying they don't have issues with each other, but everybody paired them against each other because they was Michael and Prince. The nigga said they'll separate you when you got Michael and Prince DNA. You royal.
It makes sense.
Like he just said to y'all niggas, like, all right, whatever we going through, still don't put them against me. Everybody, all the highlights is Jay gets at Kanye, blah blah blah. The bars following that, to me, he was dissing Trump.
I'm so tired.
I can't wait to hear it now.
Yeah, man.
I'm so tired of narratives. Like I'm so tired of people just spinning narratives that don't exist.
But what's funny is people hate Kanye so much that they can't stop talking about him.
I don't hate him.
Me either. But it's like, leave that. Like Jay just blatantly told you that's my brother still, and y'all still found a way to turn it to some negative shit against Kanye.
That's because it's a better story.
That's what it is.
It's a better story that way, man.
And narratives.
They flipped the whole verse.
Suck.
I mean, the whole bars after that. Hov started talking about how his house is bigger and his spouse is, and I get it why you can think he's son of Kanye, but he's clearly talking to Trump at this point.
Yeah.
When he's saying don't pair me against him, he said something. I'm not one of these house niggas that you bought.
Right.
Nah, I get that. That's that's a slight jab.
Yeah.
That's a slight jab. But then he don't sound like he's talking to Kanye. At
But
that
then
point.
it's like if the shoe fits.
He basically saying, yo, Kanye's in his pocket. Like when he started out with the no red hat, but he's like, that's still my bro. I'm not against him, but he's over there. And then he proceeds to get at Trump. If you really listen to what he was saying, he was getting at Trump with a slight jab at Kanye.
But you know what though? I don't think that Jake seeks out to diss anybody.
No, he
I
speaks
think
facts.
that's it. When like the Future line.
Yeah.
Picture
in the future, another nigga playing
with your son. Yeah. Like I heard it. I immediately thought, oop, ow.
Yeah.
But
that was cold ass wordplay. And it's facts.
He was just
a football player is playing with future son.
He wasn't lying. He was just speaking about something that people already know and can kind of associate to. And I think he's a fucking genius, bro. I think he's
Yeah, that shit was different.
Fucking phenomenal.
That's the one verse. Like, I know everybody's gonna do their year-end reviews and song of the year, verse of the year. That's the one verse I had to just keep listening to because I'm like, yo, this shit ain't even rap. He's on some other shit.
It's not.
I can't wait to hear it now.
It's deeper
I
than
can't
rap.
wait.
Yeah,
And
he's on some other shit.
And because when I looked at the group chat and I was like, "Oh, y'all hyping this Jay-Z verse?" I'm like, anytime I hear people hyping stuff, I'm like, all right.
That's what I thought too.
But then I listened to it and I was like, wow.
Yeah, and you could tell by the way he came into the verse that he was like, y'all gonna get this message.
Yeah,
because at first when it came on, I was like, this nigga ain't even on beat.
When he was doing
but he was talking like, listen, I'm gonna get y'all there. Y'all gonna get to these bars in a minute, but. See where I'm going with
it.
This.
Was one of those verses like I had to pause the rest of the album for a minute.
And I like the album, but that shit washed the album.
To digest.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I can't wait now.
But speaking of black ownership and just, getting yours, back to Kevin Kain.
Yeah.
So there's this whole thing in the nightlife community and new promoters, all that shit, and people that aren't promoters. We've all heard it like, why don't you just own your own shit?
Mm-hmm.
You promoting somebody else's shit. Yeah. The owner is the one that gets the money.
Yeah.
You want to speak on that?
For a long time, I felt like, mind you, this is the 5th club I've owned. I don't have to divulge or brag about or stand on a soapbox with the things that I do with my business. I shouldn't have to. Nobody should have to do that. But it's almost like when you don't, people make the assumption, and I don't mind the assumption. But this is number 5.
Right.
This is number 2 in Denver. But I think people like to box stuff and people and whatever. They just like to put things in a box because it's easier to understand it that way. So if people want to view me as a promoter, they can. I have 2 great promotion teams, 3D Productions, Francois and Alvin, shout out to them. Squizzy and Cook, Higher Power, shout out to them. We work very well together, and both of those teams are on the side of Kevin Kain Entertainment, which is completely separate. But it's when the opportunity arises and it's worth doing. Do you have the balls to do it? Is the question. And I was able to save some money and do some good with it and help my own agenda. And my agenda is actually not for myself solely. I like to make money. I got a bunch of kids. They like nice shit.
Hey.
So I got to take care of them. But more importantly, and I mean this more importantly, I could make money several ways. I could go into several different businesses. I'm educated. I could do whatever I want to do, right? I enjoy this because I get to see the outcome in real time, immediately, when the party's happening. Plus, the whole, transition from promoter to Dorchester janitor is just makes me more successful. It was the right thing to do. Instead of putting money in somebody else's pocket, I put it in my own. The interesting thing is about that night, that Wednesday night before Thanksgiving, I made more money than everybody.
See, I was, what?
Talk it.
Hold on. I was like, maybe we might get politically correct, Kev, for just a second. But then I was like, no, this nigga gonna get it. This nigga gonna flex real quick.
No, I don't even mean that as a challenge.
Yeah.
I mean that as for myself and my own success and what I can do. If I had done that same party last year or year before last, same party, same outcome, right? I would have made significantly less money.
Right. No, that makes sense.
I mean, it's now I don't have to pay the promoter. I am the promoter. I get to pay DJs more than anybody in the city is paying any fucking DJs. All of you, every single one of you, none of you are paying DJs like I am paying DJs. Nobody. But the interesting thing about that is I don't have problems with anybody that works with me. If you ever talk to anybody that has actually worked with me and feels like that experience was bad, they are either A, liar, or B, have some kind of motive that we'll never understand. But they are not telling the truth. I don't fuck people over. I don't play no games. I am fair. If I change my mind or if I decide that this move is not what's best for the business, then that's a business decision. But the promotion game is kind of, it all started as a hustle,
right?
But turning it into a business is what separates the men from the boys, in my opinion. And there are several boys. There's lots of boys, but they can become men. They just got to figure it out like we did.
Ooh,
That's all.
It's getting spicy.
No, it's just, it's honest.
Like you said, what Hov said, it's facts.
So I'm curious.
Hold up, I can attest to that though. Like, I made a lot of money with Kevin.
Hey,
over the years. So that part, I could attest to that from a personal level. Like,
When somebody isn't paid by somebody else I'm doing business with, I will pay them.
yeah,
I'll do it. I don't want anyone to look at this business arrangement, whatever the business arrangement is at the time, right? I don't want anyone to look at it as a problem or an issue or a bad experience. That's not the way it's supposed to be. When, as businessmen, we take chances and risks, we put our dicks on the table and we get shit done. If you're not doing that, then you're a customer or an employee, and I'm not into that.
true.
can we talk about what has shaped your outlook? Has it been family? Has it been life experiences? Has it been relationships? Was it a mentor?
I think it's all of the above.
What do you think has created the outlook of Kevin Kain today?
I think it's all of the above. I think it's family and friends. Then I also think it's hatred. Hatred is an incredible motivator.
People hating you or you hating people?
People hating me. I don't hate anybody.
Okay.
I don't hate anybody. And I mean that. I really don't. I wish everybody nothing but success. Bring it on kind of shit. Like I'm that guy. Like I love football. It's a very competitive sport, and I feel like that's what we play in nightlife. We play football. And, you can't win on every down, but goddamn it, I'm going to score. You better stop me. If you stop me this time, I'm coming right the fuck back when it's my turn.
Right.
That's
right.
all.
So following up to that question, who does Kevin Kain turn to for advice?
Kevin Henderson.
That's weird.
That is weird as fuck.
That actually makes sense.
But it makes perfect sense.
I used to turn to Mixmaster Mike. I used to turn to Francois and Alvin. I at times turned to Squizzy and Cook. I've turned to Regis Christo, one of the biggest club owners in the city of Denver. I've turned to Paul Petrocchi, one of the biggest bar and lounge owners in the city of Denver. Francois Safadine, Brad. The list can go on, but as of late.
So it's more you feel like you have the answers inside you at this point now.
I feel like if I do what I think is best, I can hold myself responsible when it doesn't work right. That's it. You take somebody else's advice and they give you bad advice, and you want to look at them and scapegoat and shit. I don't want to do that. I'll scapegoat myself.
And on the flip, if you take somebody's advice or you take their, I don't want to say handout, but their help and it works, then
you
like
almost owe them.
you're in debt to them.
Yeah, I don't owe my mortgage company.
I feel that.
Like I am going to be fully responsible for the decisions I make, good or bad, and hopefully I make the right ones.
Work.
That's it.
That's dope.
And it's worked. I mean, shit, 23 years, I ain't been broke.
Yeah. So on that note, 23 years,
Yeah.
23 more to come.
Fuck no. Fuck no. There's a lot of anger and I like the competitive nature, but there's a lot of anger caught up in it, and I don't really live my life like that. Like I know you guys will know this, but I made a name for myself kind of by talking shit on Facebook. I remember Westward created an award and gave it to me for Facebook rants.
You've calmed down immensely, if that's
Bro,
the word.
man.
you know what?
we was there for it.
Man, it was so good too. Like, let's be
Yeah.
honest. Like, niggas ain't never seen likes like that before. Oh shit, it was great. But you know what? I used it for what it was, and I realized I didn't need it anymore. It wasn't valuable to my real life. My kids were starting to get on Facebook and Instagram, things like that, and I don't want them to see their father that way.
Wow. That's major.
So I pulled back for really righteous reasons.
Wow.
And it turned out to not matter anymore. That's all. Didn't need it. Wasn't necessary.
That's really real, and I think that's just maturity. Like, kind of just to bring it personal real quick, like, that's the same thing I've been on. Kind of like when I'm about to post or just say or do something. It's like, yo, if this came back and my kids had to see it, or just my close relationships, how would they? And I know you shouldn't base your life off of that.
That's right.
Right.
But it just makes you think different. And then it makes you think, like, why the fuck am I even about to say this?
I looked up and I was enjoying the release, right? I like being able to say something, not necessarily profound, but to say something that people would pay attention to, actually read, because I did a lot of writing. Like it wasn't, some of them posts weren't short.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, you was writing novels on Facebook.
It was so, but the interesting thing is I learned how to still have that release without causing drama and mess and sparking shit.
Right.
Now I just put it in my notes. I promise you, I can pull up my notes right now. Graffiti, I swear to God, this is gonna freak y'all out. I can pull up my notes right now, just so you know it's real.
Yeah. But you know what?
So those are all the rants.
These are all my rants that I have not posted, bro. Like,
I'm gonna shoot you some bail. That's not as weird as you think, because what I do now is.
Oh, look, there's several, bro. It's like thousands of them.
Shout out
Like,
to
this is my notes.
It's like a
right
diary,
here.
man.
shout out to producer Julius on the camera as well.
Yeah. I'm gonna shoot you some bail. It's not as weird as you think, because what I do now is I type and then I delete before I hit post.
Yeah, that's
Just so I can get it off, because I realize only reason I'm gonna post it is because I want people to interact with it.
And I think
and
if
after
you-
a while, that shit don't even matter.
and
man.
if you
It
still
doesn't.
if you still feel the same way the next day, then post it.
God
Yep.
damn it, I am in my car parked in the garage typing my motherfucking ass off. And I say, God damn it, if I remember this in the morning, if it's that important to me,
Then
I'm
it
going to
was
post
worth
it.
it.
Well, I wake up, my daughter's climbing on top of my head, and I can smell fucking food cooking downstairs. I'm not posting
don't matter
that
no
shit.
more.
It doesn't matter anymore. It's over already. That fast. Like, some of these shits I haven't even... Jesus Christ. It's so...
It's like
like, what was I talking about?
it
Yeah,
like
like, a
song
lot of
lyrics?
this shit is really good, too.
yeah,
Yeah, there's bars in there.
yeah.
I might,
He got the holy grail. He's like, wait a minute, this one is bars.
I might post some of this shit. Like, now,
You should probably just put it in a book. Kevin
so
Kain.
I'm on chapter 24.
Kevin Kain. Oh, wait. So a book is coming?
Man, I've been writing a book for the last, 13 years.
Okay,
13 years.
Can we?
that's dope.
Is it a memoir? Is it a how to?
It's just more of an observation from my perspective.
Okay.
Word.
Yeah. Just I've seen a lot of shit. I've been through a lot of shit, and I mean, even going back to what I said earlier about the relationships that are built and the friendships and all these things that happen in the club. It's amazing to put them all together and see the consistencies and the differences and all that kind of stuff. So,
What's
You know what you got to call the book?
what?
Fuck Kevin Kain. And you know what? After this episode, I have like a different perception on what fuck Kevin Kain means. And it might be a reach, and you can run with it
Okay.
if I'm right or wrong.
Is it like
All right.
self-deprecating?
So check it out. He said there's a difference between Kevin Henderson and Kevin Kain.
Right.
So fuck Kevin Kain can go quite a few ways, because there's a lot of people out here that feel like fuck Kevin Kain.
Yeah, they do.
Like
They
a
do.
like a
But
protest?
Kevin Henderson might feel like fuck Kevin
Kevin
Kain.
Henderson definitely feels like fuck Kevin Kain.
That's deep.
It is.
I definitely feel like fuck Davy Boy sometimes.
You
A
know what I
lot
mean?
of times.
But I mean, we all like in this realm.
And fuck
Yeah,
Ab
We
Indy.
all get that way, because I say that too. Like the nigga, the graffiti that be out and shaking hands and shit. Y'all know I'd rather be at the crib.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's that getting caught up in your other, I won't say your other person, that shit sound wild.
Yeah.
But getting caught up in, what's the word I'm looking for?
I think what people expect you to be.
The expectations. And
Yeah.
that goes back to the Facebook shit. Like when I post
persona.
something that I know I'm only posting because I want to get a rise out of people and I want them to like that shit. And then I think this shit don't make any sense to me personally. Like after I
Right.
post this, I'm going to go off and not even, you know what I mean? Like it's just
The brand that has taken on a life of its own.
the perception in the brand, man. Now I'm more so about the actual brand. Like you don't got to look at me. Look at Life is Dope.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
right. I don't know if you noticed, but I took the fuck off Kevin Kain on Instagram.
Yeah.
I took it off, and I left it in like the bio and shit. But I took it off of the name because I learn a lot from my friends and family. They have more insight as to the perception of me than I have of myself. So it's almost like I was perpetuating the idea, and I'm really not that person anymore.
Right.
I really don't rock like that no more.
It is interesting how maybe even since you've changed it, but since you've changed it, how that perception has somewhat dissipated.
It has. It
That's what you put out there, man.
You put negativity out in the world, you get it back. And honestly, I was thriving on it. Most people don't know this about me, but I used to love fighting and arguing and all kind of shit. Like,
you?
Oh my God, bro. And I got great hands.
You got to put that out there too. So just in case y'all niggas want to test this theory,
I am not afraid of any nigga, anybody, any human being, nothing. But then it started to be like, okay, what are we fighting for? What do you really want to fight for in your life? Like, what are the things that are worth potentially not seeing your kids tomorrow? What are the things that are worth potentially not being able to go home in the morning? And there are only a couple things.
Right.
Fucking with my family, fucking with my money. And I think that's it.
Which goes back to your family because that's what the money is for.
Exactly. So that's it. That's it. I don't play. I'll be happily locked up. Somebody fuck with my family. Happily.
Facts.
Happily. I'll go hunting. It'll be great. I'll fucking enjoy every minute of it. I'll turn myself in. It'll be fucking fantastic. But I don't like to do it for fun anymore. Like the fun, that's not fun for me.
Speaking of the club, what's the craziest thing you've seen happen at the club? Like, what are some crazy clubs? I know you have some crazy club stories that are probably past the statutes.
The craziest thing I've ever seen in the club before? Fuck, man.
Past the statutes of limitations.
It's too much.
Because goddamn, there's so many.
Graffiti and I have seen some crazy shit.
Yeah.
The craziest thing.
Some crazy shit.
I've seen in the club.
But this is about Kevin.
Wait, can we?
Nah. No.
We can't talk about that story.
We
haven't talked about it on the podcast.
We have.
Yet. Have we?
But we haven't got in detail.
No.
Yeah, we haven't got. We're going to leave it alone.
What's the craziest thing y'all seen in the club?
Nothing, bro.
A lot of crazy shit, man.
We talk about Kevin right now.
We've seen people hop in celebrities' trunks.
Oh, that was a good one.
We've seen a lot of shit.
Ray J's trunk.
We've seen a lot of shit in the club, though.
We've seen a lot of fucking.
A lot of shit in bathrooms.
Not in Kevin Kane's clubs. But
I've seen a professional athlete break into tears because his card got declined.
Dang.
That was rough to see.
Yeah.
He like cried like a baby. Like it was with the shoulders and everything. Like it was
the ugly cry.
It was all that shit. Yeah, but
dang, he couldn't hit him with the come on. I'm so and so. Like, hey, I'll talk it with my guys. We'll figure it out.
Nigga,
I see so much crazy shit that it's almost normal now.
Yeah.
To be honest, like a lot of it's just normal shit. Like watching girls get on a pole on Saturday nights and twerk, and people are fucking throwing dollars at them and shit. I probably used to think that was crazy, especially when the skirt comes all the way up and they happy about it. And they think it's a good thing. I used to think shit like that was crazy. That's not crazy. That's just
it's club life.
Yeah, it's part of the culture, I guess.
Oh my gosh, Freaknik would have never lasted in 2018.
No, not at all.
Like they would have got.
You know how many Me Too's would have popped off at Freaknik?
Jesus Christ, dude. Let's not even talk about that.
Yeah, that's a whole nother episode. All right, so we about to wrap up, but I'm not about to let you forget that you was gonna say something.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep.
Because it might be problematic, and I like problematic shit.
You like problematic shit.
You said y'all can attest to this.
We can attest to it.
Yeah.
Let's see what
you said. Y'all was there, but I'm gonna save that.
Yeah, you were saving something.
For some reason, my mind is like, I don't know.
Johnny Walker ass nigga.
Yeah, just blame it on the liquor. Like, I wish everyone the best. I do. Oh, I mean, how many promoters do y'all know now?
A few.
Right? How many promoters do y'all know that are doing weekly events?
I mean, still a few.
A few.
Right. A couple, right? So when I got back out to Colorado, 2000. Oh, actually, it was in 2000. There were a lot of promoters, and they were all very good. Damon Shed was in the game. Fab Five was in the game. Mixmaster Mike, Dwayne Taylor, Cedric Pride. There was so many, and on weekly events, right? And
what happened?
Social media. So now you get this barrage of promoters, right? You get this barrage, this whole pot of people that want to throw parties, and they soil it. They fuck it up because they take fuck ass deals or weenie ass deals or things that aren't even considered deals because they're not getting paid. They're getting bottle service or whatever the fuck they're getting. And I remember Francois and I, specifically he and I, used to talk to other promoters about their deals. We used to do that. We don't do that shit no more.
So like how there were SoundCloud rappers as SoundCloud promoters?
Exactly. Yes, exactly. It's almost like they want the popularity and these other things, but they don't want the money. We are responsible for bringing the crowd. Get the fucking money. If you're not getting the money, you're doing yourself an injustice. And then when I go have a conversation with the owner, he looks at me like I'm fucking crazy because the last guy he had did it for a bottle of fucking Ciroc.
Right.
And I don't want that. As a promoter, no promoter should be out here getting bottles in lieu of money. Or instead of money, pardon me.
And the money is out there.
Money is definitely out there.
So that was my next. I know it said we're gonna rap. We got to rap in a minute, but that was my next question too. Right. Mm-hmm. With this whole crowd of promoters coming out, I mean, shouts to promoters. You know,
for real,
I be on y'all ass, but you know, y'all niggas broke me some bread. Yeah. But I'll fuck with promoters. But like, there's the promoters, and then there's, like you said, these new SoundCloud promoters. Mm-hmm. I'm talking to them. So from that little squad of SoundCloud promoters, or people that just pop up, like, yo, I got a couple thousand followers on Instagram, I could pop a party off. Is there money for them? Because I feel like the game is so saturated now that you get in, and like you said, it's not for the money.
There is money for them.
Okay.
But they have to demand it. They have to be willing to accept a no and wait for the right opportunity. So I've been told no by several clubs. Those same clubs always come back. Mm. And as much as people would like to think that hip-hop promoters are bad for a nightclub, they always come a-knocking.
Right.
So instead of taking the fuck deal today, wait till tomorrow.
Yeah.
Turn them down. Show them your real value. Turn them down and watch them come knocking again. And they always do.
That's a big fact.
They always do. They always come back.
Every time. Word, man. Shit, Dave, what you got?
Man, that's I asked all my deep, intimate questions.
Yeah, man, I feel like we got into it without getting into too much fuckery.
Listen, and I apologize to anyone that hold on, man.
And he took the hat off.
I do not want anybody to be mad at me. But if you are, I promise I don't care. I don't care. You know what you do? Just come get it.
Was that the microwave?
Come get it?
Yeah, come get it.
Look at these hands?
Nah, we don't.
What you talking about? Come get it.
I mean,
the bag.
If you want it, come get it. I will commend you if you grab it. Mm. And that's coming from me, Francois, Alvin, Squizzy, and Cook. All we do is work. We don't focus on anybody else. We don't pay attention to anybody else's shit. We do our thing. We make it happen, and that's that. But the day that we can't, we'll be all right. We'll be all right because we'll figure it out again. Clubs close all the time. I've been in every major nightclub in this city.
Word.
Some of them have turned over into new nightclubs, and I've been back with new owners in the same place. That's my fire alarm.
I was about to say that's the problematic alike, or
I'll get it in a second. Anyway,
shit got heated and the alarm came on. Hey. He took his hat off and instantly the alarm came on.
The point of it is we all should have the same goal in mind. And if we don't, and you're not going to be on board with that, I hope your method works. I wish you the best. But if you're not going to try to really compete for real, you're kind of wasting your time.
Word.
You can be popular and broke.
Play fair, play competitive. You want the crown, come take it.
I don't even have a crown. I don't have no fucking crown. These people don't like me.
Yeah, I'd rather be unknown and wealthy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big facts.
Stand my ass in the DJ booth, work the lights, mop the floors afterwards like a good fucking janitor. That's what I'm gonna do.
We still rolling with that.
Yeah, man. Janitor.
So the next step from promoter is janitor. Just so y'all know.
Janitor.
Moral of the story.
No point in sharing. That's nobody's business.
Facts.
What I do and what's good for me and my family and the bag I bring home and the bag my team brings home, that's for us to know. And we don't have to share that in order to remain popular. We, for some reason, still got it.
I like that.
Yeah.
You don't got to share that shit to be popular.
Do shit.
That don't matter. These niggas don't care.
They don't.
Because as soon as you share it, they're going to hate you more.
They're going to hate it more. And I don't want that. I don't want no more hate. I don't want that.
And it's because it's this level of familiarity. because they feel like they can reach out and touch you. It's like, oh, why does he have it and I don't?
And that's okay. I used to feel like that, I guess. You know, I used to look at owners.
That's low key natural,
especially with the common comment of, why don't you guys get your own place? People still say that to me now.
Yeah.
Damn, Kev, y'all killing this shit. Why don't you get your own place? Hey man, I like mopping floors. That's my. I don't tell them. Hey, I got a place. I don't say nothing. And I'm not going to. And I ain't even say that.
Yeah. That part was not even there. Yeah.
When it's all said and done, where's the work at?
Yeah.
Like, fuck the bragging. Let the work do your bragging. Like I'm not doing that shit, man.
Yeah, man. Word. Hey. So
what can we expect next from Kevin Kain?
Travis Scott, Kylie Jenner, on December 12th.
Wait, and Kylie?
She's going everywhere on the tour. She's going to all of his shit, and from what I understand, big New Year's Eve party at Dorchester. Watch out for Squizzy. He's doing really big things on Shade 45.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Squizzy Taylor. Check him out in a previous episode. Was it 76?
77. Yeah, Mr. 77. Or don't listen. He don't need no more clicks.
Yeah, he doesn't. Nigga head about this motherfucker.
He don't need no more.
Nah, listen, because he's always mad at us for being 77 or 76.
That number done fucked him up. But yeah.
one time to my guy Cook. He and Squizzy are both on KS175 right now.
Cook come through. We got to ask Cook so many questions.
We had him lightly on the episode 100, but we're going to get Cook on for sure.
Oh, man. Cook he's a smart dude, man.
Yeah.
He honestly, the reason why I like Squizzy and Cook so much is I fit right in the middle of both of them. Squizzy is a fucking superstar.
Right.
He is. The dude has a charisma and a presence that is fucking phenomenal. And it actually is. These are not talking points. And then Cook is just cool as fuck and smart as shit.
Hella smart.
So it's like, for us to have a team, it just works. It works very well. Same thing with Francois and Alvin. Alvin, very, very calm, quiet, but very intelligent, very focused on the details on the back end. Francois has more connections than anybody in this city. I will say it to the day I die. More connections than me. He can call up your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, and I can't do that.
That's facts. Anybody we talk to got some kind of connect to Francois.
Francois is a G in the game. So on both sides, like I'm dealing with people that are similar to me, but it's almost like I got the best of them, and we take the best of each other, and we learn from each other. So that circle just works. It just works. And then I got my fellow janitors here at Dorchester, and they're all masters of their own separate industries. TJ owns Starbuds, an incredible chain of dispensaries.
Shouts to Starbuds, man.
Straight up.
Hey, our podcast needs you. Shouts to y'all.
Of dispensaries here in Colorado. Alibaba, the restaurants that literally got niggas eating gyros like it was normal. It wasn't normal for us to eat fucking gyros, lamb meat and shit. And they're fucking amazing. Those guys are also involved here. Maliki Motors, every single hood nigga's first Mercedes came from Maliki Motors.
Range Rover.
So we're like, everybody I'm dealing with has so much value in the game, and it's almost like anybody that doesn't like it or is hating on it just has their own motive, their own reasons for doing so, and that's okay. But we are chilling. We are chilling. We are so good, man. So I really appreciate this opportunity to talk.
Man, right on, bro.
I don't do too much of it, and I ain't saying shit else.
Yeah, man. Well, we appreciate that.
Hey,
people need to hear it, man. We want to clear the air because it's still going to be fuck Kevin Kain after we drop this.
Actually, I'm going to add the fuck back just for like a couple weeks.
Just finish out the year.
Instagram lets you do that sometimes.
Yeah.
So last question.
Uh-oh.
If there was any piece of knowledge or advice that you would like to leave with the people who are coming up in this game.
Yep. That one thing you would give these a new promoter that's looking at it the right way. Like, you know what? I want to do what Kevin Kain did. What would that be?
You have to recognize someone has to assist you in recognizing what your actual value is, whether it's negative or positive, whether it's good or bad, whether it's a lot of people that you have that you can touch or just a few, whether people are going to listen to you and care about what you say or they're not, and how to change those negatives into positives and how to push that narrative of the positives so people can keep that. Nobody's going to assume that knows me that no one's going to assume that my shit's going to be bogus or my shit's going to be bad, right? They're not going to assume that about Francois Alvin, Squizzy or Cook, or myself, or Dorchester. Everybody's got to find the way to do that. Also, I would also suggest master whatever your lane is. Whatever your lane is, become the absolute best as possible, and then take it and save money on the next venture by utilizing it to make you more. So I've been a promoter for all this time. When I come into Dorchester, I don't need a promoter. That saves hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I would say become a master. Focus on your lane. Understand your actual value. And that would be my advice.
Well,
That's real.
works for me.
As far as people who want to follow you or get in contact with you, how can people do that? Social media?
Don't. Yeah, find Squizzy. He likes the attention.
Right.
It's on Instagram, Kevin_Kain, Kain. Facebook, I got a couple of them, just Kevin Kain, spelled the same way. I don't ever check my messages or anything, but my phone number is Googleable.
Well, don't put your phone number. Word, man. Well, shit. Lots of knowledge, and I feel like that was cool. That was dope. We got
good.
all the knowledge. We ain't really,
No, we didn't
I'm
have
sure
to.
we pissed somebody off.
Yeah,
but
No, that's-
we didn't intentionally piss
somebody's
anybody
gonna
off.
be
It
mad,
wasn't no
but
hot take.
It's
Right.
okay. It's okay if they're mad. I just hope that they got something from it.
Yeah,
That's all
If
it's
they paid
about.
attention.
feelings aren't forever.
No.
That's all it's about. Hey, man, let's make some noise for Kevin Kain.
Thank you.
Life is Dope podcast. I'm Graffiti.
And I'm Davey.
Skirt.
We out.